Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples. Rooting section number 1 has its money on Orson Bean and his wife, Carolyn. Rooting section number 2 backs Bobby Van and his wife, Elaine Joyce. And rooting section number 3 is betting on Alejandro Ray and his wife, Joyce, as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Ah, yes. Oh, my goodness. And to think they pay me for this, too. Welcome to Tattletales, everybody. It's nice to have you with us. We have 3 smashing celebrity couples, all sartorially splendid, I must say. And they are standing in front of their rooting sections. Their rooting sections are going to win every dime that they can win for them. So, fellas, will you have a seat out here with me? Ladies, if you will step to the rear, we will start our first round of Tattletales in just a moment. All right?
Beneath an abandoned podium, behind the Phantom, door number 4, is a secret place called Buzzer Lost and Found. Journey with us as we open our secret vault and unearth rarely seen shows.
Let's make a deal.
From the first match game,
here we go with the next question,
to the first and last TKO. Welcome to Buzzer Lost and Found, starting September 7th, only on Buzzer. Let's play, if you dare.
Okay, we're ready to go. I have the fellas here, and they are in order. Mr. Alejandro Ray and his wife, Joyce, backstage. Okay, next to Alejandro and Joyce is Bobby Van and Elaine Joyce. Oh, I hear a rumbling in the yellow section. They are out to go today. Next to them is Mr. Orson Bean and his wife, Carolyn. Here we go. Everybody set? Ladies, you get the music in the earphones, and we'll see you in just a minute. Don't go away mad. Bye. Okay. There they go. Okay, fellas, here we go. Questions about you, your wives, your lives. When you have an answer she'll recognize, press the button. Here is the first question. A time you were embarrassed. Okay. Tell us about it, if you will, sir.
I still am. It's very recent. I just came back from a long trip to Mexico, and we met with my wife in Mazatlan. She flew there to meet me. And we were in this beautiful hotel at the beach, and we went to the nightclub outside. So I walked close to the floor, to the dancing floor, and I was staying there looking. And all of a sudden, somebody threw a little ball of paper and hit me in the head. So I turn around, furious, and I look at this table, and there are 3 guys and 3 girls sitting there. And I walk to the table, and they have this package of cigarettes in the table, and I pick the package of cigarettes, and I threw it down to the beach. And I go down, very macho. Right. So, and they were about to fight, and they didn't fight and all that. And so I went to the floor, and I started dancing. And then we went to the beach, and one of the guys came to me. And I was ready there, you know, with my karate to him. And the guy says, I'm sorry, but I recognized you and I know who you are. And I wanted just to call your attention.
Oh, oh, and you were ready to fight the poor man.
And the man was so nice.
That's embarrassing.
I was really embarrassed.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yes.
Okay, now what will be a clue that would go with that? A time you were embarrassed. You know, you can't use a place.
So.
Time you were embarrassed.
See,
accent.
Paper.
Paper?
It was a ball of paper.
Do you think Joyce will recognize that?
Paper.
It's tough. Let's see. Time you were embarrassed.
Nightclub.
Nightclub?
Nightclub.
Yes.
Is one word, nightclub?
They're nodding their heads yes. They think that might be a good idea, too.
One word.
One word clue, right? Nightclub. Okay, let's bring on the ladies. Shh, shh. Ladies, we have asked the fellas a question. Now sound that signal when you recognize yours and can match his answer from the clue. Here is the question. A time you were embarrassed. And the clue is nightclub. A time you were embarrassed. Joyce, does it sound familiar to you?
Alejandro, a nightclub? I was embarrassed in a nightclub? I was?
Time you were embarrassed in a nightclub.
Gosh.
Tell her what you said, Alejandro.
In Mazatlan, in a nightclub in the hotel when the man threw that paper.
Oh, the paper. You were embarrassed, not me.
That was the question. The time you were embarrassed.
I thought you
and
meant
it could
me.
have been, well, it could have been either or both of you, or the time you were embarrassed is the question. It's a general question. I'm sorry, dear. No score
I
there.
nearly punched him in the nose, this poor man.
That's right. That's what he said, but it's too late now. Okay, ladies, we'll get back to you in a minute. All right, fellas, next question coming up. Here we are. The same question, the time you were embarrassed.
This was a time, Bert, not only was I embarrassed, I could have shrunk through the floor. I would have had to reach up to touch the ground. I took Carolyn...
That embarrassed her?
Yes. I took Carolyn shortly after we were married to see Anthony Newley in Stop the World, I Want to Get Off. One of the great performances in one of the great shows of all time. And I knew him slightly, and I said, would you like to go back and meet him? And she said, swell. And after the show, I went back to his dressing room with Carolyn in my arm, very proud, looked through the door, and it was awash with the celebrated people of the theater. Every celebrity in New York was in it, and my heart began to pound in terror that I wouldn't recognize one of them. I wouldn't remember his name, which would have been horrifying. So I went in, and I said, oh, hi, how are you? Honey, I'd like you to meet Anthony Newley and his wife, and I'd like you to meet Tony Bennett, and I'd like you to meet Joel Grey, and I'd like you to meet Sammy Davis. And I went through maybe there was 8 of them there, and I breathed a sigh, and I said, folks, I'd like you to meet my wife. Couldn't think of her name. Terrifying. Ridiculous.
That's happened to everybody. I think at one point I must have, well, maybe not to that extent, however. Oh, that's funny. All right. A time you were embarrassed.
Backstage?
Backstage is,
All
that's
right.
one word.
Is that one
isn't it?
word?
That's one word, yeah.
Introduction or celebrities? Celebrities? All right, celebrities.
Celebrities?
Or backstage. Celebrity.
Celebrity or celebrities?
Celebrities.
Celebrities. Okay, one word clue worth $100. Let's bring on the ladies. Okay, ladies, we've asked the fellas a question, and we do have a clue. Here is the question. It is the same question. A time you were embarrassed. All right? Here is the clue. Celebrities. Tell us about that, darling.
I don't know which of us was more embarrassed. I think I was furious and he was embarrassed. Orson has a terrible time remembering people's names. I can overlook it, except when it's mine.
At this point, Joyce and Alejandro have yet to score. Elaine and Bobby have yet to score. And Carolyn and Orson are in the lead with $100 for the red section. Okay, now it's time to play a Tattletale Quickie. And here it is. Ladies, I'm going to ask you this question. Don't give me the answer until I ask for it. In your opinion, ladies, are most men faithful to their marriage vows? In your opinion, ladies, are most men faithful to their marriage vows? Think that over and we'll get back to you in just a moment.
Terrifying question.
Now, that's a general question. In your opinion, ladies, are most men faithful to their marriage vows? I didn't say, do you think your husband... it's a general question, right?
We know what you said.
Well, I just
Don't keep me...
want to be sure we cleared that up here.
And like the president, we know what you meant.
Okay. Tell us about that, Alejandro. Do you think that Joyce would feel that most men are faithful to their marriage vows?
Well, this is a tough one because I think she thinks that way, but everybody's always saying that they're not that way. So I will say probably because of the outside influence, she will say that they are not.
That most men are not faithful to their marriage vows. Okay, let's bring on Joyce. Now, Joyce, let me read this to you once more so be sure you understand the wording. In your opinion, are most men faithful to their marriage vows?
Well, I have to say that I know my man is, and most of my friends' husbands are, but the statistics say that most men are not.
That's what he said you would say, and you are right.
Uh-huh.
Hey, $100 for you, darling. Thank you. Okay, Bobby, what will Elaine say? Excuse me.
Well, moving right along, folks. I may need a good lawyer when I'm through with this answer, but no, I think she would say that most men are not faithful.
She'll say most men are not
faithful.
Okay, let's bring on Elaine. All right, Elaine, how do you feel about that? Do you think that most men are faithful to their marriage vows?
Well, I don't know. I don't go around following men around to find out. And from my own marriage, of Bobby, of course, he's wonderful. He's everything he said he would be. Love, honor, and obey, I meant. But judging from the divorce rate we have, I'd say probably they're not.
That's what Bobby said. You're right, $100.
I explained that totally, right?
Now, at this moment,
and I don't need you anymore.
Oh, thank goodness.
At this very moment, Bobby is carrying on, but we don't want to go into that right now. No. Thank you.
With Orson, probably.
Thank you, Elaine.
See, she knows my type.
Somehow
she knows my type.
You see, now, Alejandro, if you shave your beard, you can get lucky, too, you know.
I know. I'm really hurt.
Thank you, Elaine. Okay, Orson, what's Carolyn going to say about that?
Your wife is a brazen hussy.
All right.
I hope so.
It's very hard for me to say what she'll say. It's Farnsworth's choice. That's worse than Hobson's. But I would think that, like the other women, she would go by the statistics and the Kinsey report. Chickens, anything, that most men are not faithful.
Okay, she'll say most men are not. All right, let's bring her on. We have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen, all the way down the line, $100.
You had to say that, right?
Yeah. I don't mean to put you on any pressure, but how do you feel about that, Carolyn? Are most men faithful to their marriage vows?
I don't think so.
That's what Orson said. Okay, it is now halftime. We're at the halfway mark. At this point, Joyce and Alejandro have 100. Elaine and Bobby have 100. Carolyn and Orson Bean are in the lead with $200. Okay, fellas, to the rear, if you will. Let's bring the ladies out. Shall we do that? And while we're turning around, we will break away for this commercial message, but we'll be back in just a moment. Come on back.